EC&M Asks is a video series that enlists the technical expertise of our brand's subject matter experts to answer our readers' most pressing electrical questions. Posted twice per month, these quick videos present Q&As on topics related to various installations, applications, and troubleshooting scenarios. When our readers ask, EC&M answers. Here's Ron Widup with Shermco Industries, who is also a member of NETA's Standards Review Council.
Hello and welcome to this edition of EC&M Asks. You know, in previous episodes, we've had a lot of questions about testing and maintenance, and specifically on the NETA methods and methodologies, and that's what this is all about. For instance, each of us should be very familiar with the NETA Maintenance Testing Standards Section 5.1, which addresses safety and precautions. It's important to follow this before any job starts. But one of the things that happens every time before that starts is you got to think about safety, right? And so we haven't been addressing safety in any of those by design. So I thought in this episode, I would ask the question to myself, are we in the electrical maintenance and repair industry operating with the proper mindset so that electrical contact incidents can be eliminated? Because nothing matters more than safety. And we want to offer a different way to think about that. So here's the idea. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Outsmart the killer that never sleeps. Electricity. You know, electricity doesn't care how long you've been on the job, how close you are to retirement, or how many safety meetings you sat through. It's silent, it's invisible, and it's deadly. It's always hunting. And if that sounds dramatic, well, that's good. Because all it takes is one mistake. You know, the difference between being the hunter or the hunted, it's not luck. It's training, it's awareness, it's discipline, and it's compliance. It's NFPA 70E in action, but not just in a book, but it's in your gloves, it's in your gear, it's in every decision that you make. You won't hear it coming. There's no growl, there's no warning, there's no rustle, just the hum of energized gear. Then the flash, the arc, the heat. And that's how electricity strikes. You know, NFPA 70E's Annex K tells us electrical contact and arc flash are among the top causes of workplace fatalities. The victims, often skilled, always dedicated, but usually caught off guard. You know what's missing? Mindset. You must stop walking into electrical environments like a bystander and start entering like a hunter, aware, cautious, and deliberate. Safety culture is everything, and it starts with each person, the worker, the supervisor, the company. You know, NFPA 70E Section 110.3 H2 tackles human error directly. Annex Q in the 70E dives into the safety culture. You know, check out Section Q.8. The message? Culture begins with mindset, and mindset begins with realizing this is a hunt. So let's break this down into a field guide, your daily survival plan for electrical safety. Here's Section 1, know the terrain. A smart hunter knows the land. That means you must know your equipment, your surroundings, and your risk. Assume nothing, verify everything. Don't trust labels. Confirm it yourself. You could have open panels, you could have temporary wiring, you could have backfeed situation. There's ambush points everywhere. You gotta be aware. So Article 100 defines a qualified person as somebody who's trained and knowledgeable in the hazard they're gonna experience. So Article 110.4 says that training must be task and equipment specific. Hey, if we go on to Section 2, let's arm yourself. No hunter walks into danger without protection. And in our line of work, that's PPE, arc-rated clothing, gloves, face shield, safety glasses. Every single piece of PPE matters. You know, if you look at Article 130.4, it covers shock risk assessments. And Article 130.5, well, that's your arc flash mitigation plan. Use those tables, use the data, but most of all, use your head. You know, you wouldn't walk into a lion's den in flip-flops, so don't open an electrical panel in jeans and a t-shirt. And train like it matters. Instinct doesn't come from guessing. It comes from training, from repetition, from repetition, from repetition. It comes from being qualified. Article 110.4 says retraining is required every 3 years or sooner if the job changes. Section 110.4A1 makes it clear you need to know your tools, your PPE, your risk, and your plan. A good hunter reacts faster because they've prepared longer. So now let's track the hazards. Every job starts with a job safety plan and a job briefing. And that's in section 110.3I. And ask the hard questions. What could go wrong? How likely is it? What are the consequences? How can we eliminate the risk? Use hierarchy of risk control methods in section 110.3H3 because elimination is best and PPE is last. And finally, when it comes to safety, the hunt never ends. Every task is a new opportunity to do it right or to let your guard down. Check your PPE. Follow the plan. Stop when something doesn't feel right. Electricity doesn't offer second chances, and there's no rewind button. So remember this, you don't rise to the level of the hazard, you fall to the level of your preparation. Hunt smart, hunt safe, and never let electricity hunt you. Hey, thanks for watching. And one last thing. Hey, Bubba, turn it off. And always test before touch. Stay safe out there.